Okay.
This is Actionpac, and we have a what we call a MICRO109CB. It's a typical high-precision bowl system that we use for very small parts, pills, pharmaceuticals, that kind of thing. For pharmaceuticals, we electropolish all of the contact surfaces. And there's always the appreciation that for one reason or another, somebody believes that weighing is not the same as counting. I'd like to point out that the only two ways you can count in an automated way is with an eye, a sensor of some kind, or a visual sensor, and by weight. With the weight sensor, we get all the speed and we get verifiable accuracy. If I were to try to start this machine and it were not on zero, I'll just give it a fake here so that it's not on zero, we get an alarm error. Now, that would happen at any time if the bucket weighs the piece that it needs to weigh, drops the piece into the bag, and then goes back and looks at zero. If it's not at zero, it'll be an alarm. What that gives you is the ability to validate the process. It's accepted almost anywhere. This platform here is for a bagger. In this particular case, it's going to be a zing pack because they're doing some tiny laminated pouches for these pills that they're running. These are an analog of the pills. I just went out and bought some off-the-shelf capsules, but these are what we're running for practice. Here's our sensor that keeps the hopper from overflowing the bowl, keeping the bowl at a particular level. We've got a lane gate. I think the best thing to do is just run it. One more thing, we've also equipped it with a reject, so in addition to the validation, if in fact for whatever reason somebody's trying to run it too fast or whatever, if it goes over, for example, they want one pill per packet, if they get two, it'll reject, it won't notify the bagger, and there is no bag made. So first we're going to run the single pill version, and let me see if it's empty. That would be the first thing to do. And now we'll just run, and I'll keep my foot on the foot pedal to simulate. Again, I forgot. Have to zero it to start it. You only need to the only time one of these machines needs to be zeroed to start is when there is a zero validate. Without the zero validate, we could probably run at least twice as fast, but it has to pause and re-zero each time after it's validated that it's close to zero. It's all part of the validation and assurance process. Now at the point that the bowl starts to get empty at the bottom, the sensor allows the feeder to put a couple of more pieces in and maintains a steady flow, which is part of the procedure. And as you can see, that almost went, but not quite, and the lane gate caught it. Had it gone, we would have gotten a reject. In fact, I'm going to take my, I'll simulate the reject right now by dropping one piece in as the other piece goes in. So I'll do this. As you can see, it rejects it. We drop it into a bag or a separate container. The bagger was not notified of any activity. Consequently, it doesn't make an empty bag. There's not much else to say about it. The precision of this particular one is a hundredth of a gram, but we're only resolving to a tenth of a gram. We have units in the field that are resolving to a tenth of a milligram, particularly in the mine or metal assaying laboratories.